Hello watchers, thank you for clicking my video. So, in this video, I'll try to tell you a story about one of the characters who become another victim in the Breaking Bad series. This man is Tuco Salamanca. Tuco Salamanca is a Mexican-American drug kingpin and a high-level distributor from the cartel. He also a member of the Salamanca family. Tuco is the nephew of Hector Salamanca. He is the second Salamanca family member to run their drug operation. While in prison, Tuco becomes cellmates with Skinny Pete. After the death of Crazy 8, Tuco took over his territory. Tuco appear in Breaking Bad is when Jesse and Skinny Pete try to arrange a deal for a pound of crystal meth. But, the negotiation is not end well for Jesse. Jesse tried to sell the meth for $35,000 a pound, but Tuco instead made clear that their arrangement was going to involve split profits. Jesse tried to steal back the meth and run, but Gonzo and No Dose caught him and took him back to his seat. Tuco then proceeded to beat Jesse with a bag of money and remind him that he was the only one allowed to deal crystal in the South Valley.
We have to move our product in bulk, wholesale. Now, how do we do that?
So, who took Crazy 8's place?
Some guy named Tuco.
It's risky. You need an intro. You need someone to vouch.
Jesus! Just grow some fucking balls!
Hey, so you know that guy we were talking about, Tuco? His Skinny Pete was in the same cell block with him over at Los Lunas. So you sure you're tight with this guy?
Two nuts in a ball sack, yo.
Yo, man, I'm Skinny Pete.
Yeah, man, that's what's happening. Yo, Tuco's expecting us. Tuco, what's happening, my brother?
Break out the ice.
Booyah! Wow!
Who are you working for?
I have a partner that I cook with, but
We got a deal. How much?
35 large for the pound.
Scud! Go on, get out of here.
What about the money?
You don't trust me?
Come on!
If you really want your money up front? Up front.
Nobody moves crystal in the South Valley!
You the guy?
Yeah, I'm the guy. Tell me about this Tuco. Tell me everything about him.
Later, after the incident, Mr. White came to the Tuco's office. He also pretends to sell a pound of meth to Tuco and introducing himself as Heisenberg. The negotiation also didn't end well when Mr. White demanded $50,000 from Tuco for a pound of meth and cost of treatment of Jesse. They simply laughed Mr. White off and mockingly described the plan as brilliant. Mr. White, however, quickly proved them wrong and picked up a piece of the meth.
This is not meth.
Are you fucking nuts?
You want to find out?
All right. I'll give you your money. Let's say you bring me another pound next week.
You have to take two.
What is that shit?
A little tweak of chemistry.
Orale.
The following week, Gonzo drove Tuco and No Dose to meet with Mr. White and Jesse at a junkyard somewhere outside of town. While No Dose found the newest batch to be light, Tuco paid Mr. White and Jesse $17,000, until Walt negotiated that he would have the full batch in the next following week. Tuco gave Walt the entire cash amount and they ultimately agreed to £4 for the next following week.
Listen, old man. Talk is talk. £2 next Friday and no production problems.
Can you handle £4?
Owing me money? That's bad.
The next following week, Mr. White and Jesse brought £4 of their new blue formula, which was a complete batch this time. Their incident caused a misunderstanding between Tuco and No Doze. Tuco then beat No Doze repeatedly until he bled out and died.
Whoa! Damn, man, look at that, look! No, there's no pulse.
Tuco merely told Gonzo to hide No Doze's body. While Gonzo is hiding the body, Tuco turns his attention to Mr. White and Jesse.
You're done.
After that incident, Mr. White and Jesse begins to fear that Tuco will mark them both for death because they were witnesses of No Doze's death. They decide to poison Tuco with ricin after Mr. White thought that he sees Tuco's car around his house.
We are going to process them into ricin. It's an extremely effective poison. Back in the late 70s, ricin was used to assassinate a Bulgarian journalist.
You killed him?
Oh, yes. No more Tuco.
The DEA successfully tied Tuco to No Doze's murder, after they find Tuco's bloody prints on No Doze's body, and then they decide to raid Tuco's hideout.
Are we going to find this guy? Yeah! Louder, damn it! Yeah! Hell yeah!
However, Tuco and his uncle Hector Salamanca manage to escape this raid because he left his hideout before the raid. Afterwards, he goes to Jesse's house, tricks Mr. White into getting into the car with Jesse, and forces them to go to an unknown place. By the morning, they arrive at a cabin in the desert where Tuco hides his uncle Hector.
Get up.
Unaware of Gonzo's death, Tuco believes that Gonzo was the one who turned him into the DEA and brought the raid on his hideout.
DEA hit my place of business this morning. Picked up my whole crew top to bottom, except Gonzo. Don't you think that that's weird? It's weird. You never trust the people that you love!
Tuco talks about his intention to bring Mr. White and Jesse to Mexico. He intends to build a super lab for them so they can cook meth every day.
We'll set you up in a super lab. We'll do nothing but cook 24/7. We're gonna make buku bucks, Heisenberg, huh? My cousins are driving up here, and you're gonna be on that truck, or you're gonna be dead!
Tuco then prepares burritos for their breakfast. While Tuco brings Hector to the dining table, Mr. White attempts to sneak the ricin into Tuco's burrito in front of Hector, who Walt and Jesse believe to be in no condition to ruin their plan. However,
Tell you, Heisenberg. What'd you do that for?
later on, as Tuco is shooting animals with an assault rifle while he waits for his cousins to arrive, Hector keeps ringing his bell to call his nephew's attention. Tuco finally asks his uncle what he wants, and Hector is able to tell Tuco that he doesn't like Mr. White and Jesse.
You don't trust them? Did they do something to your deal? What did you do to my deal?
Nothing. Nothing.
Bullshit! My deal is not live! Deal. Are they punking me?
When Hector finally makes it clear to Tuco that Jesse and Mr. White are trying to do something to him, Tuco furiously approaches Jesse, grabs him by the shirt, and drags him out of the cabin. Tuco proceeds to beat Jesse while using his assault rifle to keep Mr. White away. Tuco holds Jesse and demands to know what they were up to.
Tell me what you did!
We tried to poison you.
Mr. White's response makes Tuco to become distracted, which allows Jesse to grab a rock and hit Tuco in the head, forcing him to lose his rifle. Walt manages to grab the rifle but is unable to get a clear shot as Tuco and Jesse fight. When Tuco chokes Jesse, Jesse manages to take the pistol from Tuco's belt and shoots him in the stomach.
Let him bleed.
Mr. White and Jesse try make their escape when they notice another car approaches the cabin that they thought is Tuco Cousin's car. They both rush to find a hideout. After a few minutes, Tuco climbs from the ditch he had thrown into and goes to Jesse's car, noticing that the rifle inside. Hank Schrader, who is searching for Jesse by tracking his car, approaches Tuco and mistaking him to be Jesse.
Jesse Pinkman. Hard man to find.
Oh, shit.
Easy.
Both men run out of ammo and have to stop and reload. Tuco uses Jesse's car as cover. Hank had already reloaded and was waiting for a clear shot. And that's the story about Tuco Salamanca. Despite the fact that his death were not in Mr. White's hand, but he's still a victim of Mr. White's journey to build his meth empire. Okay, I'll finish the story here. I'll tell you about the next character in the next video. Feel free to subscribe if you want to watch the continuation of this story. Bye.